Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about Teddi, Tamra, Teresa, Caroline, Brandy. Yes, well, technically, this is more so about Tamra and Teresa because it looks like the two of them are going head to head and they're saying, not today, jailbird. So we have a lot to discuss, lots to go over. But before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Okay, guys, so we're back to talk about Teresa and Tamra. Teresa Giudice accuses Tamra Judge of backstabbing Brandy, defends Brandy against Caroline by saying she's seen Caroline let loose, and Tamra, of course, is going to be firing back. Thank you to Reality Blurb for mentioning it all. Tamra Judge is firing back at Teresa Giudice after learning the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast member shaded her as a bad friend on the latest episode of her podcast. In a comment shared on Instagram, the Real Housewives of Orange County star demanded Teresa get her story straight after Teresa suggested that she backstabbed Brandi Glanville by welcoming Caroline Manzo to her and Teddi Mellencamp's podcast and addressed the falling out Brandi and Caroline suffered amid production on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I feel bad for you, Brandi, just because I feel like no one should go through this. If you sign up to be on a TV show together, then you're in it together, Teresa said on the April 19th episode of Namaste Bitches podcast. Nobody should take anybody's job away, especially a single mom. I would never want to do that. I don't think that anything so far has been said wrong here, but who am I? It keeps going. So it's sad because Brandy's a single mom. She's raising two sons, and it's like sad. I would never want to take someone's job away. I'm not into that. I'm so not into it. I was a single mom at one point, and you shouldn't try to hurt someone. I just don't like anybody's job being taken away. While Brandi has been accused of inappropriate behavior and lewd acts against Caroline, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum has maintained her innocence. And as Teresa noted, other women were around when the incident supposedly occurred. The truth is going to come out, she stated, adding that she's seen Caroline let loose in the past. I have to say, I've hung out with Caroline and I've seen her have a good time. I have. I'm not going to say what I saw her doing, but I see her having a good time. So I was like, wow, I was shocked. When I saw, I was like, wow, that's Caroline. Although Caroline's she recently said it would take a lot of money to get her back on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa admitted that she'd fit in, at least with certain cast members. She could fit in with people that want her to fit in. Dolores still talks to her. Like, anybody that doesn't like me will definitely be her friend. Looking back at her spat with Margaret Josephs on season 12, Teresa admitted that she stands by her behavior. I threw everything on Margaret in Nashville. She pissed me off, and so I'm glad I did that at that time. She likes to run her mouth. You can't keep running your mouth and think nothing's going to happen. But moving on to the drama between Brandi and Caroline, Teresa questioned Brandi about Tamra's recent interview with Caroline on Two Teas in a Pod. If Tamra's your friend, why would she have her on there and not have you on there? She asked me, I can go on whenever I want, but I didn't. This is my first interview, and I'm still scared that I'm going to say too much, Brandi replied. But Teresa did continue, and she said, my thing is, if Teresa or Tamra's one of your friends, one of your good friends, why would she have someone on that's hurting you on her podcast? For money, right? For ratings? Nice friend, nice fucking friend. Just saying. I'm talking about your friend Tamra. I'm just saying that's a really good friend, Brandi. I would always keep her around. I don't think that, I feel like she's being just a little facetious here. And we had some drama on our channel when we had Melissa Feaster and also Teresa Giudice on our channel for an interview. And Teresa called Teddi and Tamra two shitsters. But I mean, they are doing their job. They're talking about housewives on their podcast. I mean, are they walking a fine line? Yes. Do they care? Absolutely not. Their podcast lives in the top 10, top 50. They are doing the damn thing. So I don't think they care who they're stepping on in order to get there. But like I said, it still goes on. So she also said, these California people, I don't know, backstabbing. I don't know. I see a lot of that going on. Now, following the airing of the episode, Tamra came across a Queens of Bravo recap on Instagram and quickly offered her response. Teresa, please. Two Teas in a Pod is strictly a housewife podcast. I heart books our talent, as you know, since you came on to promote your podcast. I talked with Brandi prior to the Caroline interview to give her a heads up. Get your story straight before you come for me. Okay. Also on Teresa's podcast, she confirmed that she was asked to appear on The Traitors, but turned the opportunity down due to the rules of production. I think I got asked to do that too. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that because I couldn't. I have to talk to my kids. I need my phone. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Well, it keeps going because Tamra Judge is now slamming Teresa Giudice on her podcast, saying, "Not today, jailbird." She said, "Sit down, shut up, like you're doing right now at the reunion." Oh, Tamra is not holding back. Okay. The reality star added that she usually tries to ignore any negative comments, but thought to herself, "Not today, forehead. Not today, ding dong. Not today, jailbird. I'm not having it." Giudice recently criticized Judge for inviting Caroline Manzo on her podcast, and we know this, but Tamra Judge continued to explain on her podcast that Brandi is a dear friend and had no problem with her interviewing Caroline Manzo. "This is me telling you to shut the up." Oh, all right, not shut the up. The Vina CBD founder then explained the booking process for her podcast. She said that her and Teddi Mellencamp host strictly a Housewives podcast, so women from the Bravo franchise will often have their publicists reach out to iHeartMedia, and that is what happened. After learning of the booking, though, the former gym owner said that she reached out to Brandi Glanville, who allegedly told her, "I get it, babe, no worries." Tamra Judge first responded to Giudice's criticism, and now she's going back and she's saying, "Not today, jailbird." But she's not the only one who probably has an issue with, Tamra Judge, right? Like, this isn't the first time we've heard anything about an issue with her. This is actually multiple times. Heather Dubrow is also chiming into the conversation, and she said all things are possible regarding her potential casting on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And she also discussed the return of Tamra Judge to the Real Housewives of Orange County. And she compared her arrival to wearing an old hat. Speaking to the Wrap, Heather discussed the LA penthouse. She said, "So we didn't actually move there. We bought a place there, and that's supposed to be a place for me and Terry to live someday, like when the kids leave. So there's a little bit of misconception here. We are actually still living in Orange County. Our kids go to school there, and we're still in Orange County." Regarding a crossover or potentially joining Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Heather expressed, "Never say never. All I can say is all things are possible." Heather then indicated that she was glad Tamra returned to the Real Housewives of Orange County, despite Heather's previous comments suggesting the comeback would not work. "I was really excited that Tamra was coming back. When I think of Orange County Housewives, I think of Vicki Gunvalson, and I think of Tamra. Tamra really is OC, and I think it made a lot of sense to bring her back when she arrived. It was like an old hat." In May of last year, not long before Tamra announced her return, Heather stated on the Heather Dubrow's World podcast, "At this point, how would you have someone back who just talks about the show all the time? Once you become someone who talks about the show, especially a show you were on, how can you go back to that show? It just doesn't work." Oh, we're about to find out for ourselves, Heather Dubrow. We're going to be the judge and the jury. It's not rolled out yet. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are about this Tamra and Teresa spat, the back and forth. And do you think it was shitty of them to have Caroline Manzo on, or no, it's just their job and iHeartRadio does the bookings? I know you guys have opinions and we need answers, so go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.